Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, welcome to our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. Topic of this video is CBSE class 10 science and the name of the lesson is light, reflection and refraction. So when we talk about light, we can see everything around the world, but we cannot see anything in the dark room. And learning objective of this lesson is, at the end of this video, you are able to say what is rectilinear propagation of light and reflection of light, laws of reflection, and we are also going to discuss about properties of image formed by plane mirror. And as I said earlier, we can see things around the world, but in the absence of light, which means in the dark room, we cannot see anything, because in the presence of light only we can see things. Light makes things visible. So you can see in this picture, at the beginning you cannot see what is there in the room, but with the help of light the things becomes visible. So why does it happen so? Because things will reflect the light so that we can see that particular object. And we know that light is the fastest thing in the world. Light used to travel very fast. And we also studied in our lower class about the rectilinear propagation of light. So rectilinear propagation of light is nothing but light used to travel in a straight line. So straight line, that is why we will call it as rectilinear propagation. The speed of the light is around 3 lakhs kilometer per second, and in meters we used to write it as 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. And when light travels very fast, usually it travels very fast in the vacuum, and also when it is travels in a different medium, when there is a change of a medium, and obviously there will be a change in the speed of the light. And in this video we are particularly going to talk about the reflection. Okay, so before that, there is a controversy, there is a concept about whether the light exists in the form of wave or otherwise in the form of particle. Okay. Usually we know that we could have studied about this topic, rectilinear propagation, light travels in a straight line. And we also know that when the light travels through a transparent medium, and obviously it can pass through the transparent medium, but when there is an opaque medium, opaque object, and obviously the light cannot pass through that. But a particular opaque object, when it is in a point size, if it is in point size, and obviously the light tends to bend. Okay, so that process we'll call it as diffraction. Okay, so about this properties, the controversies about the light, whether it is existed in the form of wave or in the form of particle, or what is about the diffraction, and all those things we'll be reading about in our higher classes. Okay, let us not go into detail about it. Now we'll talk about, and according to this lesson we are only going to discuss about the reflection and as well as the refraction, and these two concepts are based on light travels in a straight line, that is the rectilinear propagation of light. reflection of light. The reflection means bouncing back. Okay, when the light falls on a particular surface, and obviously it will get reflected back, that is, it will bounce back like a ball. If you throw a ball on a wall, and obviously it will bounced back. In same way, light also, when it falls on an object, it will be bounced back. And there will be different types of reflection. Okay, suppose if the surface is very smooth, very polished surface like a mirror, and obviously there will be a regular reflection, which means a proper reflection. Okay, but suppose the particular surface is not in a it is not polished surface, if it is unpolished surface, and obviously it will undergo irregular reflection. And in this lesson we are particularly going to discuss about the regular reflection, which means a proper reflection. Okay, so first, reflection, when you hear that word, and obviously we should talk about the laws of reflection. So this law is applicable both for plane mirror and as well as the spherical mirrors. In the forthcoming classes we will be discussing about the spherical mirrors, and this law of reflection is applicable both for plane mirror and as well as the spherical mirror. Now let us see what this law of reflection states. The first point, the law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So what do you mean by incidence? When the light falls on a particular surface falling, that is, we will call it as incidenting. Okay, so incident ray. Bounced back, which is the bounced back light, we used to call it as reflecting ray. Okay, so you can see the incident ray here, which is comes and falls on a mirror, and it is bounced back. Okay, so this ray we used to call it as incident ray, and bounced back ray we used to call it as reflected ray. Okay, then what is that line, dotted line, which is at the middle? That one we will call it as normal. It is an imaginary line which makes the angle 90 degree. So normal is a perpendicular line which is drawn, imaginary perpendicular line which makes the angle 90 degree. Okay. Now the angle of incidence, the angle between the incident ray and the normal, this is called as angle of incidence. The angle between the incident ray and the normal, this angle we will call it as angle of incidence, and the angle between the reflected ray and the normal is called as angle of reflection. Okay, so the first point states that angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, which means if the angle of incidence is 30 degree, and obviously angle of reflection also will be 30 degree. Suppose if it is 50 degree, and obviously angle of reflection also 50 degree. So that is the meaning of the first statement. Now we will go for the second statement. The incident ray, the normal to the mirror at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray, these three rays, incident ray, normal and the reflected ray, all lie in the same plane. So all the three will be considering falling in a same plane. So this is what about the laws of reflection. Now we are going to discuss about the properties of image formed by a plane mirror. So before discussing about this, let me tell you about a differentiation between a real image and virtual image. Okay, so we know that you could have studied in your lower class that what is the difference between real image and the virtual image. Virtual image, let me give you an example, a looking glass. When you look at your face in the looking glass, what you are seeing in the mirror is the virtual image, okay, because which can be obtained on the mirror itself, okay, that is called virtual image. Real image means it can be captured on the screen, okay. So the image will not be formed on the mirror, so the light will fall on the mirror and it will be reflected back, and when you keep the screen over there, that image will be formed over there. So the very basic difference between virtual image and the real image is virtual image can be seen on the mirror, it cannot be captured on the screen. Real image, it cannot be seen on the mirror, it can be captured on the screen. So these are the two difference between virtual image and the real image. And let me tell you the other difference. Virtual image always will be erect, which means upright, okay, but in case of real image, they will be inverted, they will be upside down, okay. So that is the another difference between real image and the virtual images. Now we will discuss about the image formed by the plane mirror. Plane mirror, it is always produces virtual and erect image. So you could have seen that in a looking glass, if you see your face on, obviously, I mean the person who is standing, or if you keep a candle over there, the image will be formed on the mirror and which will be virtual, which means it can be seen on the mirror, it cannot be captured on the screen. And the image always it will be erect, which means it will be upright, okay. And the next one, the size of the image is equal to that of object, okay. Size, I mean object and as well as the image, they both will be in the same size. So here is the object and this is the image. The thing which is seen on the mirror, we used to call it as image, okay. So you can see the size, okay, both the object and as well as the image, both are in the same size. Next one, the image formed is as far behind the mirror as the object in front of it. So you can see the distance between this object and as well as the image, okay. So the distance between the person's shoe and as well to the mirror is equal to the image and as well as to the mirror, okay. Even you can take this ball, the distance between this ball and the mirror is equal to the image and the mirror. So even you can do an activity in your home and see, if you can take a if you are standing in front of a looking glass, if you stand nearby the looking glass, the image and the distance between the image and as well as the mirror will be very less. Suppose if you go far and see, and obviously the image also will go far from the mirror, okay. That is what we are coming to say over here. And then they are laterally inverted. So laterally inverted means, if you are standing in front of a looking glass and if you are raising your left hand, and obviously the image of yourself will raise the right hand, okay. So that is what this left right inversion, we will call it as laterally inverted. So you could have seen this picture, the ambulance, in the ambulance vehicle they could have written this ambulance in the image letters, okay. they could be written like this. Why are they doing that so? The vehicle which is going forward will see the ambulance in a right way in the rear view mirror. So that is why they were using the image letters in case of ambulance. So this is what called as lateral inversion. There will be a shift in the left right, so that is why it is called as lateral inversion. So that's all about this image formation by the plane mirror. So today we have discussed about rectilinear propagation of light and as well as the reflection of light and also laws of reflection and image formed by the plane mirror. So these things we have discussed, and in our next class we are going to discuss about the spherical mirrors. Okay. So that's all about today's topic. Please do subscribe our channel to get the latest updates. Thank you, children.